Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Love Dog, your favorite fantasy football commissioner's favorite fantasy football commissioner. I'm back with another PPH video commissioner message, week number 3. Woo! Well, here we go, man. Week number 3, we're going into week number 4. And what happens? Our first COVID outbreak. The Tennessee Titans, of course. Tennessee is just all around the PPH for our 20th season. Of course, the draft was held there. And then, not that I went, but it was held there. And, of course, now the Tennessee Titans have a COVID outbreak. And it's, causing some problems, right? So they say the NFL excuse me. Before I get into that, we want to go ahead, make sure you go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button there. You want to hit that bell notification too, so you're notified of any new videos that get uploaded. So make sure you go ahead and you do that. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. Helps out the PPH and your boy, the your favorite fantasy football commissioner's favorite fantasy football commissioner, more than you know. Anyway, let's go ahead and we can bring up the standings there too. So, what we have here is a problem that could occur that I'm thinking about here is that if the Steelers and the Titans game that had already been delayed, they say it's going to happen Monday or Tuesday. The NFL has already confirmed this. So, what happens on Monday or Tuesday if the game gets canceled? And say you have James Conner or Juju Smith-Schuster or Derrick Henry or Jonnu Smith or one of those, or Eric Ebron in your lineup for that game, and then that game gets canceled. Are you just going to get 0 points then from all those players because the game got canceled? I don't know. What's the fair thing to do here, PPH? Viral viewers, what's your favorite, viral viewers, what's your fantasy football commissioner doing in your league for this situation? Send your ideas. Let me know. Personally, I think that each team that has a starting Steeler or a starting Tennessee Titan in their lineup come Sunday needs to identify on the message board their alternate player. So if you're like, if Juju Smith-Schuster doesn't play, I want Jerry Jeudy. If Eric Ebron don't play, I want TJ Hawkinson, whatever it might be. You know what I mean? So someone on your bench that you have that could take that position that you would start. Because if we leave it till after the game and we don't call the person before, then you're just going to take the highest scoring player. So if you have 2 extra running backs and you're obviously just just give me the highest one that didn't play. So I definitely think the best way to handle this would be to each team that has a Steeler or Titan player go ahead and post up on the message boards on the website their alternate player they would like to start. Of course, I know how this league works, and nothing I say or really rarely goes through. So let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think is the best way to handle this situation where we have a game delayed and it could maybe potentially be canceled? And, obviously that would throw a real monkey wrench into the season and obviously fantasy football. So let me know. I say, again, post up before Sunday your alternate player. I don't know, maybe you guys just want to give 0. If you start a Steeler or a Tennessee Titan, that game gets canceled, then you get 0. I don't think that's the fair way to do it because you're going by what the NFL says, and the NFL is saying right now that game is just delayed. It's not canceled. So are you supposed to make that choice of your starting lineup based on the possibility it could get canceled? Or do you set your lineup based on the information that you know right now that it's not canceled, it's just postponed? I think the fair thing to do there is just to say, hey, if this game got canceled, I would want this player on my bench to be put in the starting lineup, but you have to name that player before they play on Sunday. So if you know what I mean, so let me know what you think on that. Anyway, so what happened in week 3, man? We had the game of the week. I think between the Mollywops and the 289ers, the Mollywops came out on top. You're about to see here when I go through the game. He's in first place all by himself. And you know what that means when he's mollywops. That's all they do.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what.
But it does. My busy walks anywhere. My busy walks anywhere. My busy walks anywhere. So it pisses us off, but it is what it is. So congratulations, Mollywop, starting off the season 3-0. Also, congratulations to the rookie, Pemberton. Man, 3-0, man. Just throwing darts at a board at the draft. Todd Gurley, Raheem Mostert, Russell Wilson, Mr. Lim, and really leading his team. I mean, really, that is just leading his team. Robert Woods, just really, he's got a good schedule. He beat me, so, but, when you have a quarterback scoring at 55 points a week, makes things a little easier to get those W's because you're putting up 55 from one player. So anyway, so congratulations those two. Those two are tied for first place right now all by themselves. So two-way tie there for first. Sorry, Tardo, I called you to win, and I think that gave you the kiss of death. Mahomes wasn't having it. So another thing I wanted to point out here too about how much Dirty High Tea is already 1 week into that trade, already changing the outcomes of games. Because if Paulie, which by the way was our weekly winner, our current reigning champ, congratulations on winning the weekly, by the way. I think this is 2 weeks in a row now I've given the congratulations to the weekly winner before our treasurer has, when he should be giving out the congratulations first thing of the week. But that's okay, I'm picking up the slack, and congratulations, Paulie. But without that trade, your brother hooking you up with Amari Cooper, because you would have had to start Jerry Jeudy, that gave you the weekly. So, return to greatness, Duke should be throwing up his hands right now. He should be like, what the F is going on? Cone and Britt already combo teaming with Paulie, giving him a weekly, and snatching the weekly out of Duke's hands, because if he had to start another receiver other than Amari Cooper, his combo guy with Dak Prescott, he wouldn't have won the weekly. I think it's a little less egregious because it came down to the kickers on Monday night between Bucker and Tucker, and Bucker ended up pulling it out for Paulie getting the weekly. So maybe that's why it's a little less egregious, but still, you can already tell this is a funky year. 1 week into a trade, and Paulie gets the W and the weekly because of said trade. But then Dirty High Tea now with Jared Goff, he looked like shit in the first half of that game against Buffalo, and second half lit it up, looked like a genius, Cone. So hopefully you feel like you got a quarterback now. So good shit. Anyway, that's really all that happened this week in the PPH. Of course, there was the presidential debate last night. I'll just give you my quick hitter thoughts on it. I was pretty embarrassed for our country that was the best we can do for President of the United States. Like, I felt like our democracy is like the crown jewel of democracies around the world, and that's what we showed. It was a shit show. I think everyone can agree. Now, I know in my league, the PPH, all the guys, they just want the insults. They like the yelling. They like the screaming. They the alpha male of Donald Trump, which I felt like was just a whiny, crying little kid. Well, what about him? You're mean to me. But whatever. I thought there was a couple funny parts though that Joe Biden was like, and number one, blah blah blah, and number two, and he lost his train of thought and went straight to number three, and then Trump said, no, we're on number two. I thought that was pretty funny. I thought it was pretty funny that Biden called Trump a clown to his face and told him to shut up. I thought that was cool, but I did, after he did say it though, I was like, that's a little undignified. You should try to stay above that. Biden, don't get down into the gutter with Trump like that. That's his shtick, not yours. But I could see he was getting a little frustrated because he kept getting interrupted, and that is pretty frustrating anytime you're talking and somebody just consistently interrupts you and is talking over you. So that's pretty much my high-level thoughts on it. I'm sure the PPH disagrees with me. I'm pretty sure they all thought Trump won the debate. I thought we as the American people were just really the losers. There was no winner It was just nothing but losers, and we were pretty much the biggest loser in that debate because it wasn't really even a debate of ideas. It was just a yelling and screaming match, and so is what it is. And then what do they say? Anytime you're arguing with the moderator at a debate, you're losing. So and Trump was just arguing the entire time with Wallace. So it was a shit show. I hope the next one, which I think will go better because it's more of a town hall format, so they're going to actually be talking to people directly rather than just at each other. So I think that'll work a little bit better because they're not going to have that opportunity to really talk over each other. They'll just be able to answer that person's question directly to them and then take the next question. And they might, after that person asks the question and they talk, might banter back and forth a little bit, but I think it'll be a little bit more under control than that first shit show that we saw last night. So anyway, all right, well, there you go. Let's go ahead and get into week 3 in the PPH. And all right, here we go. Week number 3 in the PPH. In our first game, we had the Molly Wops take out the 289ers, 143.53 to 98.12. 289ers with a bold move, starting Ryan Fitzpatrick on Thursday night. Worked out with 32.62 points. Had the touchdowns with 3. It just didn't have a lot of passing yards, only 150, which helped to press his score a little bit. But still a good start and takes some guts there to start him. 17.2 from Keenan Allen, and then 14 from the Rams defense. This game was actually close going into Sunday night. I think Molly Wops, all he had was 83 points, but Patrick Mahomes showed up big time on Monday night. 385 yards passing, 4 passing touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown for a total of 5 touchdowns. 58.63 points, leads him to the win. Now he's in a tie, two-way tie for first place. 21.9 points from James Conner. Man, after that scare on the first game of the year, man, he's really turned it around, been putting up some good points the last few weeks for him. 10.7 from Miles Sanders, 19.3 from Allen Robinson. We'll see if he can keep that up with Nick Foles now being the starter there, and Chicago. 13.5 from Tyler Boyd, and then that's really about it. That coaching ranking is going to take a little hit there because could have had 9 points from the Ravens and started the Chargers D with only 7. So you don't always have to start a defense that your quarterback is playing. As you can see, you can still get good points, more points than that from your quarterback in your defense. 33.9 from Joe Burrow on his bench, so that's going to hit the coaching ranking there too from Tardo. So Tardo falls to 2-1. Molly Whoppers improves to 3-0. And the next game, we got the Brewdogs losing to the Juggernauts, 122.98 to 98.57. The Juggernauts led on the team by Tom Brady finally showing up, 38.08 points. 17.7 from Cooper Kupp, the Super Cup. And then Tyler Lockett, man, just blowing up. 3 touchdowns, 100 yards receiving, 29 points, and then 13 from the Steelers D. Brewdogs, man, Drew Brees, you got to feel pretty good about that. His best game of the year, 37.47 points, 20.3 from Austin Eckler, 11.6 from Emmanuel Sanders. Man, Saints D really let you down there with only 2, though. Kept that score under 100 points. And then obviously losing Barkley really hurts your team big time. So Brewdogs fall to 0-3. Juggernauts improve to 2-1. All right, in the next game, we had Holier Than Thou lose to Basket of Deplorables, 117.91 to 95.19. Basket of Deplorables, Carson Wentz with 27.71. I wonder how confident the old Basket of Deplorables is with Carson Wentz as the starter here. Aaron Jones with only 14.6, and I'm scared, man, because I got to play Basket of Deplorables. This week he's got Aaron Jones playing against Atlanta on Monday night. That just seems like an Aaron Jones type of game for another 40-point blowout. So hopefully he got it out of the system. Hopefully he's due for a down game. And that might be his down game, 70 yards rushing and touchdown. So hopefully that's something like that and not like he did against Detroit. Jerick McKinnon with 13.7, but he got injured with his ribs. 16.2 from Tyreek Hill. 20.8 from Michael Gallup. 12.4 from Kareem Hunt. And, man, who would have thought Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb could both be starting running backs? I mean, week in, week out, they're both getting double digits. So that's crazy to see there, too. That's something I didn't think was going to happen. Holier than thou with only 95.1, the first time under 100. Matt Ryan crashing back down to earth with only 19.09. Ezekiel Elliott kind of held in check with only 11.8. Mike Davis, though, man, free agent pickup. See, there, boy, you could have had those 15.1 points, but you wanted to have instead nobody. You didn't want to pick up anybody. You just let it go. You could have been on top there and got Mike Davis and had a starting running back, but instead you're going with Antonio Gibson, and he plays the Ravens this week, and I don't think he's going to do so great. I think Mike Davis, that was a big mess up on both you and Patty. I'm not just calling you out, calling Patty out too, because he could have had Mike Davis. They could have been starting him instead of Austin Eckler, and we're going to get to his game. Mike Evans with 12.2 and then 14.6 for Elliott. Wasn't enough. Takes a second loss in a row and falls to 1-2, and Basket of Deplorables improves to 2-1. In the next game, we had Paulie, our weekly winner, take out Dirty High T, 148.21 to 119.8. Dak Prescott, man, been blowing up, been playing great all season for you fantasy-wise. 43.51 points, 32.7 from Alvin Kamara, man. I swear that injury last year really held him back because he just looks so good this year, and he's 100% healthy. He's really tearing it up right now. Devin Singletary with 12.1, Juju Smith-Schuster with 12.3, 12.4 with Chris Godwin, but it looks like he's going to miss out on him with a hamstring injury. And then the Browns defense with 21. Wouldn't have thought that out of the Browns D against Washington, but good score there. 148.21 was the high score and our weekly winner, so congratulations, Paulie, our reigning champ. Dirty High T, traded for Jared Goff, got 39.1 points out of him. 6.5 from Mixon. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to mention single-digit guys. Alan Lazard, good start there, 21.6 points, and then 16.1 from Prater, and then 13 from the Niners defense. So finally got over 100 points there, Dirty High T. Wasn't enough to get you the win. You fall to 0-3, and then you hooked up Paulie for his wedding gift, I guess, with Amari Cooper. And again, look, who would he have started here? Beasley, maybe? I don't know. He could have started Beasley. Scantling, or would he have started Jerry Jeudy, who he had traded for there, or picked up off the free agent? I don't know. I mean, maybe he goes Beasley, and it could have still, but I would think he would have went Jerry Jeudy, and then that would have gotten the old Duke the win, but the weekly. Turned out to start the market weekly. So, again, congratulations on your start and Dirty. All right, my cord dropped out there. Hopefully I'll be able to edit that out. In the next game, we had Patty's Playboys get taken out by the rookie, 122.19 to 75.36. Oh my goodness, Patty's team is just not performing at all. Under 100 points almost every week this year. Rookie, once again, led by Russell Wilson, Mr. Unlimited. 55.49 points. You call yourself a Niner fan, cut him. Prove it. Cut Russell Wilson. Or trade him to me. One of the two. You call yourself a Niner fan. Todd Gurley, man, been doing pretty well for the start of the season here. 14.2 points. 16.4 from Robert Woods. 13.4 from Robbie Gould. And then 10 from the Bills defense. Not much else going on there with the old rookie. I mean, are you going to continue? I mean, what happens when Russell Wilson don't get you 50 points? Might be looking at an L. So, I don't know, Pemberton. Are you a trader or not? Are you going to try to turn it up a notch here on your team? You're just going to let it ride with everything that you got and just see how it works out. We'll see if you have that football mind. Patty Whack, man, what's going on? Lamar Jackson, 17.86. Sony Michel finally showing up with 15. 15 from DK Metcalf, excuse me, and then 11 from the Chiefs defense. Not really much going on. I mean, again, you think that Mike Davis might have been better than Matt Breida? You think? You're going to have 15 more points up in there, bruh. But you're going to keep going Matt Breida in your flex. I mean, I guess one of these weeks he might get you double digits, but, Gaskins is the guy there, so I don't see that happening. But Whatever, keep doing you, bruh. Larry Fitzgerald, 0. Keep putting up them 75-point weeks. Patty Whack. All right, Patty Whack falls to 0-3. Rookie, 3-0 to start the season. Tied for first record-wise. Second in points. All right, in the next game, we had Return to Greatness take out the haters, 147.15 to 118.63. Return to Greatness is feeling pretty good about his team this year. 30.15 from Kyle Murray, 26 from the BLM suit wearer, Derrick Henry. I'm glad to see that Return to Greatness is a BLM supporter and continues to ride with Derrick Henry and allowing his freedom to wear the suits that lets him express his voice. 14.7 from D-Hop, 24.9 from Robinson. I mean, he's been a real, like probably the surprise so far of the early fantasy season, really just tearing it up there. And then Bucks D, good pickup there, free agent this week with 23 points. Hater, man, same problem as last year. Can score good points, just can't get the win. Happens to always play the guy that scores close to the weekly or the weekly. A-Rod, 38.33 points. David Johnson, 10.6. 23.9 from Delvin Cook. 10.9 from Stephon Diggs. And 17.4 from Mason Crosby. But he finally dropped Josh Gordon, so that's good. He no longer has Josh Gordon. So finally he decided to move on from Josh Gordon. So good job. And what's up with the Return to Greatness? He's being cheap here, man. He got a couple open bench spots here, man. He could put a couple extra bucks in the weekly there. Return to Greatness, Duke. Why are you being cheap on the PPH? Fill out your roster. Return to Greatness 2-1, and haters going to 1-2. And then in the next and last game, we had Just My Luck take out your boy, Mr. Sweet Spot. 103.69 and 94.35. Just My Luck on Thursday night was just rolling it out there, was laying down, was like, I'm going full jag. Garden Minshew, 14.79. Keenan Cole, 14.3. Leviskis Chenault Jr., 3.4. I was feeling good coming out of Thursday night. I was like, oh man, I gotta get this one. I mean, 14 points, what's gonna happen? Well, Cam scoring 16 is what's going to happen, and they're just going to run all over the Raiders with Rex Burkhead. That's what happened. Damn, this is disappointing, man. But Nick Chubb with 24 points, 12.7 from Calvin Ridley, and then the dagger in the heart, the Colts defense with 27. Man, at the end of the morning games when the Patriots had 19 and the Colts had played in the afternoon, I was like, all right, cool. That's going to get me back in the game. Even though I had 16 points from Cam Newton, I thought, okay, I got 19 from the Patriots. Colts get you 7, 10, 12, someone in there. I should still have a shot here. But no, they get 2 pick sixes and a safety and then 2 sacks and then another interception. So 27 points just was too much for me to overtake there. So good job. What did I say? So Cam Newton, again, 16.65 points. Jonathan Taylor, 12.2. 13.4 from Clyde Edwards-Helaire, which was kind of nice to see against a tough defense against the Ravens. Will Lutz with 14.4. And then Patriots defense with 19. My team right now, my problem is I can't get that multi-touchdown performance from anybody. Not from anybody right now. Not a running back, not a receiver. I got it from Cam, but I mean, you would hope your quarterback can get you a multi-touchdown game at least once or twice in the beginning of the season. I had him at 2 out of the 3. This was his low game. This is his floor. So I didn't think he could go this low, but obviously it can. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I tell myself it's that this time last year was the same record. So and I was in the championship game last year. So, OGs like myself, we don't panic. We'll just stay the course. We'll see. Hopefully Kenyon Drake can get it going. Hopefully Jonathan Taylor can get more than 13 carries because the Colts defense was scoring out their ass. 2 pick sixes really, that was a double-edged sword right there, right? So Colts defense scores and they were just like, okay, we're not on the field, we're just going to kick it back to the team. So Jonathan Taylor didn't get a lot of carries. So anyway, fall to 1-2, and congratulations, Just My Luck, proven 2-1. And let me come back real quick. I'm gonna explain to you the difference between a Monday Night Magic and a Monday Night Miracle, because there is a difference. Just my luck. I gotta let you know. I'm gonna break it down for you, so stay tuned. All right, y'all. Stay tuned here for the breakdown of Monday Night Magic. All right, well, I had to come back after that recap because I forgot to give props to Just My Luck for beating me last week, and as you could see, he did beat me. Who was going to start Ayuk over Green with Mullins starting? I don't know. Maybe I should have, since I'm a Niner fan. I should have had a little bit more faith, especially against the Jets, but I didn't. Ended up getting the L, and I know I made this one here for you because I was fighting. I was fighting with the team. I mean, they just couldn't get that. Of course, when Minshew goes for 14, Cam Newton gets me with 15, but I did. I got KO'd. So that's the way it is. I got KO'd. I'm 1-2. And then again, I had to explain to Just My Luck what Monday Night Magic is. Monday Night Magic is not when your running back is facing a number one run defense in the league and you need 24 points from them. That is not Monday Night. That's called Monday Night Miracle. Magic is when it's a close game, when you actually have a shot, maybe 10 points, 12 points. You know, it's close. You only need a few different, a couple things for you to go right. That's Monday Night Magic. Monday Night Miracle is when it's a 20-plus game against a defense that is not known for giving up big plays, runs, passes, whatever it might be. So that's the difference. So I hope you understand that now. He was all hyped up too. Oh, Lumps, Monday Night Magic is over. It's dead. Well, guess what, bruh? I lost last year on a Monday Night Magic situation. I forget who it was, but Duke remembers. I'm sure he does. I did lose last year during a Monday Night Magic, and it came to an end last year. So you weren't the one that killed my Monday Night Magic. Somebody else did it last year. So I hope we're under the understanding the difference between Monday Night Magic and Monday Night Miracle. Are we good? Okay, we're good. So just make sure they're just my.
Ice up, son. Ice up.
Ice up, son. That's right. Ice up. KO'd me. All right, so there you go. That was week 4 in the PPH. I'll catch you all next week. Peace.